Hi everyone, this is Yabesh, and I would like to take an opportunity this week, the last week of the semester, to be able to do a video and talk about a few strategies the Australian Commonwealth and the state government used to address the challenges that were brought about by COVID-19 back in 2020-2021. And the first monetary policy I would like to talk about is the interest rate cuts and the quantitative easing. This was amongst the first big policy move that was driven by the RBA, who implemented monetary policy through interest rate cuts and quantitative easing. So, what does that mean? The RBA reduced interest rates to nearly zero and started purchasing government securities, which is known as quantitative easing. Even during the pandemic, this rise in liquidity made it simpler for people and businesses to access money, make purchases, and make investments by lowering borrowing costs. Economically speaking, this policy sought to move our aggregate demand curve to the right by increasing demand through the economy. This strategy worked well to lower borrowing costs, which sustained investment and consumer spending. However, this had some unforeseen repercussions, such as increased asset values, especially in the property market, which made affordability even more difficult. A more focused financial strategy, in my opinion, may have helped balance this out. And the second major policy response was through fiscal policy, specifically the JobKeeper program. JobKeeper was a subsidy that helped employees retain staff by covering part of their wages, even as revenues declined. The aggregate demand curve was pushed to the right by this support, which also directly raised household income and consumption. Employment and household income stabilization were greatly aided by the JobKeeper, particularly in areas most affected by the pandemic. Nevertheless, inefficiencies resulted from the original eligibility requirements, which permitted some of the businesses that weren't impacted by the downturn to get payments. Early eligibility adjustment might have improved the efficiency with which money reached individuals who were actually in need. The third significant policy was infrastructure investment. Infrastructure projects were prioritized and were done by the federal and the state government in order to boost economic growth and provide immediate job opportunities. This shifted the aggregate demand curve to the right, and economic activity is increased as a result of these infrastructure expenditures and government spending. However, because of the planning and regulatory procedures, some of these projects that were implemented experienced delays. The government could not have maximized the immediate impact on the employment, economic activity by advancing the rollouts of these projects through the process simplification. Overall, Australia's rapid and diverse policy response, combining monetary easing, wage subsidies through JobKeeper, and infrastructure spending, effectively cushioned the economic blow of the pandemic. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding of how these economic policies worked and their impact in the economy during the unprecedented times of COVID-19 crisis back in 2020-2021. Thank you.